I want to leave my glasses on. Why does it do that? Okay. I felt like I was in Alice in Wonderland for a second, child. Hello, booktubing world. It is I, Capri Nicole, and I am back with another video. Happy Black History Month. Happy Melanin Book Magic Month. I'm ready to start doing some vlogs. Is this the last sit down video? This might be like the last sit down-ish video. Okay, so if my hair looks puffy, I don't even know what is even going on with this situation right now. I've been trying to flat iron it. It's just simply not happening. We just gonna rock with it, okay? So we have another, if you like this book, try this book, and this is going to be the Black edition. So obviously we're gonna be talking about Black books because it's Black, it's Black History Month. Like, keep up. This is also the month for the lovers, so this is just I just love this month so much. I wish it was longer. I wish it was the longest month of the damn year, but they gypped us and they only gave us 28 days, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna celebrate all 28 of them days. This recommendation video is going to be, honestly, for some reason I feel like I have more middle grade on this list than anything. So we have some fantasy, we have some romance, but a huge chunk of it is middle grade. If you want to hear about some books, or if you just want to see me talk and you've heard about these books already, then stay tuned for the video. So I'm going to kick it off with a book that I've read and that I gave 5 stars, which is Onyeka and the Academy of the Sun. If you like Percy Jackson, I highly recommend this book because it also follows a child that is half god, half human, and she didn't know about it until a specific thing happened. She's being raised by her single mother. It's very similar to Percy Jackson, but better. I read Percy Jackson, but as an adult, so maybe that's why I wasn't really feeling it. It was boring as hell to me, and I gave Onyeka 5 stars. So take with that what you will. It's really good. I wrote a review on this, so if you want to check my Goodreads and follow me on Goodreads, it's Capri's Book Island on every platform, okay? But yeah, I wrote a review on this. I really enjoyed it. The characters really jumped off the page. The world setting was really cool. It was set in this academy. These kids, they already knew of their powers, and they grew into their powers and were competing with their powers. They were very comfortable with who they were magically, but because Onyeka didn't know of her lineage, she didn't know who her father was, she's learning more about her power. Her power is all tied into her hair, which is really cool. And as the story goes on, you find out there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that may put the magical godlings in danger. Competitions were really interesting. You really saw her fight tooth and nail to be successful in comparison to the other students, because they, like I said, they grew up with their magic. It just was fun. Like, it was a fun middle grade. I love the cover. I think it's so beautiful, and I'm excited to see what else the author writes. I listened to this on audiobook, but I absolutely need a physical copy because it's one of my favorite reads from last year. Okay, so for the next recommendation I have, if you like Children of Blood and Bone, if you like Twitches, and if you like Black Girl Unlimited, I highly recommend that you check out Maya and the Rising Dark. Now, this synopsis has a lot to chew on. Like, there's a lot going on here. Basically, this follows another child that is half human, half god, and she's coming into her powers. I compared this to Children, Blood and Bone because it also ties into the Orisha gods, African gods mythology. I said Twitches because she basically trying to protect or slash run from the shadow darkness. And if you watch Twitches, you already know there's like a shadow magic in Twitches that they're hiding from throughout the whole plot.
This will win.
No! Love is infinite. We can make as much as we want.
So it's very similar to that. Like, the synopsis just remind me so much of Twitches. I don't know why. She doesn't have a sister in this book, like from the synopsis that I read, but the shadow magic really just pulls me into Twitches vibes. I don't know why. So there's that. So she's also trying to figure out where her father is because her father went missing. So it just, I don't know, it just gives me like Disney, old school Disney movies, like the actual good ones. Yeah, it gives me Disney movies. So I don't know, I'm just excited to read it. I love middle grade. It really just is so simple and fun and easy to read. So I'm excited to pick this one up. It is on my TBR, so we'll see how it goes. I also added in Black Girl Unlimited because it deals with portals. I don't think it's as emotionally deep as Black Girl Unlimited because that one is very heavy hitting, but this one is it seems like a little bit more simplistic. So yeah, but they do put me in the mind of each other, so I do recommend it if you are looking for something that is middle grade. This next one is another middle grade, and it is a huge stretch. Like I just wanted to recommend this book, but I could not think of another book that was similar. So I just made some shit up. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I simply made something up. So if you liked Truly Devious, which is a mystery book, then you should read From the Desk of Zoe Washington. Now, the only reason that I use this book as a recommendation is because it was really popular, and I saw people that don't even like mystery books or detective books reading this book and losing their minds. And From the Desk of Zoe Washington also follows a student that is looking into a mystery as well. So I wanted to recommend this book. Okay, I'm sorry, sue me. Like it may not be very similar in comparison, but they both deal with mysteries. Okay, hers is a little bit different. So From the Desk of Zoe Washington follows this girl that never got to meet her father because he is incarcerated, but he said that it was a crime that he did not actually commit. So she is determined to figure out who did this actual crime and try to find more out about her father, write to her father, get to know him, and also solve the big mystery of who actually did the crime to get her father free. I don't know, I just think it's so heartwarming. I think it's cute, the cover is adorable, and I just want people to read it, okay? And it's the only mystery novel that I could think of that was really popular, so definitely check it out and see if it's something that you would enjoy. I feel like it'll be a little more emotional because this is her father. She has not ever met him. She's going to be writing letters to him. So I just think it's going to be cute. So definitely check it out. Okay, so if you like Harry Potter, then you should read The Marvelers. I've seen a few people talk about this book, but I haven't seen anybody read it yet. Okay, I haven't seen anyone read it, but I know it is on the radar of a few people. I've seen this cover all over the place. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. It seems like it's going to be really cool. It's basically very similar to Harry Potter. It adds way more culture, way more spice into it, okay? And it's written by Donnell Clayton, who is a well-beloved author in the book community, so I trust her. I simply just trust her. So it definitely adds more cultural aspects. It's more diverse, added into the academy and the magic wielding abilities, like cooking foods and spices and music and drums, and you know what I'm saying, like it just adds things in from the character's culture, like Caribbean, Indian, so on and so forth. So if you want a more diverse Harry Potter world with no transphobia, then pick this book up. Pick it up. And the last middle grade recommendation that I have is if you like City of Ghosts by V.E. Schwab, then you will like Moth by Amber McBride. It seems like a lot of these books are going to be way more emotionally hitting. So it follows this character. Her name is Moth, and she just lost her family in a tragic accident. So she ends up meeting this boy when she moves in with her aunt, and they basically go on an emotional journey of healing and also ghost hunting. If you have not read or if you don't know about City of Ghosts, it basically follows this girl whose parents ghost hunters, but they don't believe in ghosts, and she actually can see ghosts. So it's kind of just like, it's ironic, it's hilarious. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that book. It's like a middle grade book, and she also has a best friend who is a ghost, so he follows her around. They, you know, find ghosts together or whatever. So I feel like Moth is very similar to City of Ghosts, but it's going to be way more emotional, and we love a little emotional development, a little deep dive into some tears. Nothing wrong with a little deep dive into some tears. So yeah, that's definitely what this book is going to give. So if you're ready for a hard-hitting plot but also fun, young, and full of ghosts, then definitely pick this one up. These are two different they're not two different genres. They're all fantasy, but they're different like categories, like new adult, adult YA, like they're not all in the same mix. But anyway, if you like Red Rising, then I suggest you check out The Gilded Ones or The Final Strife. Both books I have. I feel like taking them off my shelf. No, I don't want to take them off my shelf because it's going to be a mess over here. If you like Red Rising, then you should check out The Gilded Ones or Final Strife. All of these books are fantasy. All of them have different settings, different feels to them, but they all tie into magical abilities that are related to your blood. So like whatever color your blood is determines your hierarchy in, you know what I'm saying? It determines your level of importance in the community, or whether you have magical abilities or what your magical abilities are. So these are all tied into something related to blood. So you have like gold blood, clear blood, red blood, blue blood, whatever. And then the plot thickens, betrayals happen, all kind of stuff. I've read Final Strife. It is very long, so that's a bit of a thicker book, but if you want something shorter, then I definitely suggest The Gilded Ones, which I saw a lot of people talking about a few years ago, so I know it's been on some people's radars. Like, this isn't a new book, okay? But if you haven't picked it up, then I definitely suggest that you do. Okay, I think this is the only other mystery one that I have on here. If you like Finley Donovan is Killing It, I suggest that you read Hollywood Homicides by Kelly Garrett. So this one also follows a main character who kind of is like thrown into a crime scene and she kind of has to figure shit out. Finley Donovan is Killing It is following a writer who ends up getting mistaken for someone who is a hitman, and someone asks her to basically kill her husband or kill whoever, child, and she gets mixed up into this. It turns into like a whole mob thing, whatever, Russian mafia, whatever. So it just turns into a whole bunch of mess, but it's like an everyday girl that gets mixed into a whole bunch of crime things that are unexpected. Similar to Hollywood Homicides, I believe this author is indie, and it basically follows the main character who is a struggling black Hollywood actress, and she kind of witnesses a hit and run, and she gets also thrown into like a crime scene, a crime, whatever. If you're into mystery books, then I suggest this one. I also suggest, I think it's just 2-part Sugar. Yeah, 2-part Sugar. It has like a similar vibe, similar theme, where it's like an everyday regular girl. She got stood up at the author. She's this big influencer. It's live, everyone sees it. So she ends up going back to her hometown because her aunt recently passed away and left everything to her. The house, the dog, the business. So she's going to this small town and basically trying to start over and get her footing because she's embarrassed as hell, okay? After everybody saw her get stood up, it's embarrassing. She's trying to make it seem like everything's okay. She goes over there. She's trying to figure out how to bake and how to do all this. And the mayor, I believe, the mayor ends up dying. And, well, I don't know why I'm laughing, but the mayor ends up being killed and her fingerprints are on the weapon. So she gets tied into that. It's a whole mess. It's a very small town, slice of life book. I did start this one, but I didn't finish it. I read it for a vlog, which I will put up here if you guys want to check out. But yeah, I recommend both of those books. The next recommendation I have is if you like the Four Horsemen series, then I suggest you read Love a Demon. I'm not sure if the Four Horsemen series is an indie book or not. I saw Riley Marie read it, and Love a Demon is a book that is indie, and I think I read it in a vlog. I'll link it up here if you guys want to check it out. But this one seems very similar, like the vibe. So in the Four Horsemen series, they're basically coming down to Earth to destroy mankind and basically start the apocalypse because the humans are just messing it up. It's bad. But they each end up falling for different girls. So that's what that book follows. And Love a Demon is very similar. I feel like it's a little bit more Wattpad-y, but it follows this single mother who's a waitress, and she ends up waiting on a table that has 2 men there. One is a demon. Well, no, not a demon, but one is a fallen angel, and the other one is an angel, and they're both there to destroy the world, basically. They're basically there to reset the same way that they are in the Four Horsemen series, reset the world, start the apocalypse, because mankind is just messing it up. Might as well start over. But they end up falling for her. So they ask her if she would be willing to, you know, have a one night something other with them, you know, a little one night stand, a little something something. But this one is way more erotic. Like, it's not like a romance, like sweet nothings into each other's ears. This one is not so like romancy. It's more like erotica. It's also wide shoes. It's also like poly. Like, get into it. Like, get into it. It's going to be the three of them. She is basically completely out of the loop of the fact that they're an angel and a demon, but later she finds out, and then she's trying to convince them to keep the world as is. Child. But she don't need to do that. It could be me. It could be me, because if two fine ass angels show up and tell me destroy mankind and come with us, see ya, I'm leaving. I'm going immediately. Like, you will not hear from me. You don't have to worry about me. Bye. But yeah, these basically give the same vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like angels, demons, whatever, coming to earth and like getting comfortable with all the things that are around them. Like, what is this? What is that? You know, that's like one of my favorite tropes. Like, I like that. Like, when they are in a new setting and they don't know what half of the shit is, like salads, salad dressing, puppies, Google, like stuff, like things that they're trying to figure out. Funny. And the sex scenes were phenomenal. Loved them. Brie was, like I said, I'll put the vlog up here if y'all want to know my full thoughts. But they're very similar. Very similar. Okay? This one's, Love Edema is a little more smutty. Like, Smoji is someone that her books are intense. So, proceed with caution. Okay, I'm gonna just do this one because I feel like everyone has probably already read this book. But if you like Dowry of Blood, I recommend that you read House of Hunger. So House of Hunger is by Alexis, what's her name? Alexis Henderson. She wrote another one of my favorite books. So Dowry of Blood follows the wife of Dracula and how she's going to be leaving him. He also marries 2 other people throughout the book, and it's basically like a long breakup letter. But it's also very bloody, very gruesome, very emotional. I feel like House of Hunger is a little more fast-paced. It's a little more fantasy-esque, but it's very atmospheric. It's very bloody, gruesome. Like, it's a slow start. You have to get, like, I'll say like 85 to 100 pages in before things start getting like intense. But both like vampire-esque stories. Like, House of Hunger is not 100% vampire. She's more like, she's a blood maiden. It's like the same practice in a way. It gives me similar like spooky atmospheric vibes. I feel like House of Hunger is a little bit more creepy. So if you want something that feels more like a scary movie, House of Hunger is that girl. Lord. You ever have a book that you want to recommend but you don't know if you want other people to read it? That's what this book is. So if you like Toni Morrison but you want it to be dark, like dark lit fic, I suggest you read, I think I have to grab it actually because I don't know if I have a picture of the cover. Okay, I highly suggest you read I Want to Love My Own Life by Nadira. So this is like a very, 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 very dark, murderous, bloody, gruesome, brutal Toni Morrison book. Like, I don't have any other way to explain it. It's very like, if you vibe with Toni Morrison's writing, it's very like lit fic. You have to deep dive into the message. Yeah, definitely check those trigger warnings. If you pick that up, definitely check those trigger warnings. This is an indie published book. I was definitely in my indie bag last year, so yeah. But it's like poetry-esque, very prose, very dark, bloody, gory, deadly, just all of the dark things you can think of is in that book. So that's just, yeah, if you're a Toni Morrison girl but you are also a bloody, gory, gruesome, dark girl, then I Want to Love My Own Life, I recommend that for you. If not, don't read that damn book if you know it ain't for you, please. Okay, please. If you like Delilah Green Doesn't Care and The Charm Offensive, I recommend you read Devon and Chris Plan a Wedding. Delilah Green is female following the single mother, something like that, whatever. Everybody loved that book. Okay, yeah. But Devon and Chris, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Charm Offensive also is male, but it's like based in like a reality show setting, which is why I'm recommending Devon and Chris Plan a Wedding. So this one is basically following these 2 main characters who are on this reality show where they are fake engaged and they have to reveal to their family that they're actually engaged and convince them that the engagement is real. And whichever couple, there's a whole bunch of other people, whichever couple is successful to do that, then they walk away with this big cash prize. The catch is, I think it's Devon, her family does not know that she's even gay. So not only is she going to be introducing her fiance, she's going to also be coming out. It's just very messy, very crazy. Chris is like a social media influencer, fitness person that lost a lot of weight and is really into like cooking and stuff like that. Both of their families are very different. But I enjoyed it. It was really cool. Like the reality show was like, I don't know, I felt like it was really well done. I felt like it was showing parts of the show where it wasn't like annoying or forgotten about. Like it really was added into the plot heavy because, I mean, obviously, but they also start falling for each other and they actually have to decide if they're going to get married in the end, I think. But it was good. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I liked the audiobook, but I think you can read it either way, so highly recommend. If you like Twilight, the Twilight series and the Shatter Me series, then I recommend you read Deathly Touch by C.C. Solomon. This one follows the main character who, just like the Shatter Me series, has a touch that kills instantly. But this world is really cool because there was like a magical apocalypse, so everyone, almost everyone, ends up with like some type of magical abilities. You have ghouls, you have goblins, you have people with healing powers, people with deadly powers, you have vampires, you have everything. She ends up meeting, I think he's like an undead zombie, and she ends up touching him, and instead of him dying, his heart starts beating. So they end up falling for each other, but there's also like a plot happening behind the scenes. Basically, the people that didn't get any type of superpowers during the apocalypse want powers. So they're killing off vampires and taking their blood, and when regular humans consume that, they end up with like superhuman powers or whatever. So they're trying to figure out who's behind that. It's a really short book. It's very Twilight-esque. Like the love story is very Twilight-esque. Her love interest is just like on her child. Like the second that they meet, they just together, like every step of the way. I did read that in a vlog as well, which I'll link up here if y'all want to check out. There's so many things I'm just linking, but link it up there if y'all want to check it out. I think it's the same vlog as the other one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first half more, and then it slowly started dying down for me, but I still would recommend it, especially if you like Twilight and you like the Shatter Me series. It has like a very similar vibe, so definitely pick that one up. And that's all. I'm so tired. I'm like, it's like 7 o'clock and I'm ready to go to sleep, but that is it for this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you're gonna pick up any of these books. Let me know what you're currently reading, how your Black History Month is going. Just tell me all the things in the comment section below. Make sure you follow me on all of my social platforms. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a apple emoji. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you next time. Bye.